So there is a real informational issue, again, in which I think the IT sector should have a voice as to how we can make our information about precisely the question, what's happening in schooling, better. But I think after taking that into account, there are two really big issues in primary education too. And one is, of course, the funding issue. And the other is the organizational issue. And I feel increasingly now that what is holding things up very much, this is a change from my position. I mean, change partly because the situation is changed. I was harassing my friend Manmohan Singh in '91 when he was introducing the reform, wanted to know whether I'm ready to support the reform, which I was supportive of, but I wanted Manmohan to make a joint statement along with additional things the government has to do, education, healthcare. And you know, there was to some extent, therefore, the newspapers were speculating as to whether I was opposed to the reform, which I was not. But I thought it wasn't too much, I thought it was which IT could play a part. Now, on your question, it's that broad thing, and in which IT could play a part. Now, on your question, the higher education, you know, the government's hesitation about having private universities, that's what you're talking about really, is not as strong as it was earlier. There have been exceptions to that. It's a debate that's going on right now. I really don't want to muddy the water by expressing a quotable view on that subject at this time. Okay. But it is something, a subject for discussion and debate, and you're quite right. It is a debate that should be engaged in.
Thank you. I think we've run out of time for questions. I'm just going to request right now Mr. Arindam Guha from PwC, we've had this report, to actually just spend a couple of minutes on it before we close the session, because Professor Sen has to leave in the next few minutes. Arindam, sorry to have squeezed you a bit. I hope you don't mind. Yeah.